your newest project, Unlearn. It's a kind of a lot to unpack and a lot to kind of unravel in that. Particularly with what's going on in the world now. Talk about what Unlearn means and why we should all go get
it. you want to explain it, D?
I mean, honestly, it's take it for what it is, man. I think we've created some bad habits, and we've been taught some bad habits, some things that's not so healthy. Like, I spent these past couple years of my life unlearning what's been indoctrinated the first 30 something years.
Okay.
Like I literally question and reevaluate everything that I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes to a point where you realize, you have to separate like right from wrong or like common sense. It's God's law from man's law and things like that. So everything from religion, politics, love, everything, unlearn. I mean, prime example, what the nation is going through right now.
Right.
With law enforcement and things like that. And as a child, coming up, we were taught that these are the authority figures that's here to protect and serve us, and they got our best interest and everything. Obviously, that's not the case. I wouldn't be wearing a shirt if it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, that's not the case. So some things we got to unlearn. Just like from education and everything. Because it's just not what it seemed to be. And we definitely, when we was diving into this project, we didn't shy away from we didn't shy away from nothing. We wanted to talk about all that stuff and how we feel. Like, you know what? Yeah, I did grow up in a Christian church, but some of that don't make sense right now. I was taught this about that, but some of that don't make sense right now.
Right.
So it's definitely some food in that album. It's going to feed the soul. It's going to feed the mind. You know what I'm saying? And add on to that, real.
I mean, it's crazy because when we was in the process of making it, I mean, we started in 2016? 2015. I was still living in England at the time.
Right.
And it was crazy because we kind of came. I mean, when we have, when I call back home and check in and stuff like that, the conversation we had, we were kind of having the same. We were meeting at the same points on a lot of different issues and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, it just started off as like, yo, I'm not really feeling this whole church thing, or with the stuff that my parents taught me. At sometimes, like. And so when when the record started evolving, like, man, we kind of we were at the same point in our life, somewhat.
Right.
And then it kind of reflected in the way how we kind of told the story as we were doing this album.
And I'm just thinking about, kind of what you guys are saying is just that, I mean, I think part of adulthood is kind of coming out of some of the things you've been taught your whole life. At least as for me, I think, and even if it's from your parents or from your church or people who love you, and the thing is, I don't think it's all necessarily people trying to manipulate you. I just think oftentimes people teach what they have been taught.
Exactly.
And what
we don't know no better.
Right. And I mean, I think a lot of times what they've been taught, they haven't been taught for the best of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like my entire family is from Vicksburg, Mississippi. So you can imagine, Vicksburg, Mississippi in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and now, and what people are taught. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think a lot of it is because we're more of like wide open society. We have access to people everywhere. We have access to information everywhere. Yeah. I think people are coming out of some of these pigeonholes in terms of information and kind of getting a broader perspective on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, you're getting taught the specific things we were getting taught in school, and as you continue to keep living, a lot of that stuff is not true. So then now it's your responsibility as you mature to go seek out this information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so accessible. You know what I mean?
But honestly, we wasn't really taught much. You know,
No, not at all.
That's why I say it was more indoctrination rather than education.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's time to use some critical thinking skills now, and kind of just take things for what it is, and unravel some truth. You know,
Right.
so it's a lot of unlearning so we can relearn. You know, some stuff that needs to be done, and we just kind of tackled it creatively. You know, try to, as they say, put the medicine in the candy.
No doubt. D-Jack, to me, you've been like the MVP MC since I brought Area 309 back to Chicago, and you know, for years you've always taken on these issues and taken on creating content that address these issues. And Tall Black, you know, you are Prodigy, you know, and you know, just putting out great. There's a consciousness that comes in through even your instrumentals to me, because I feel like the soul that's in your music, and I feel like it's hard for me to describe, but I feel like there's a message even in your music that doesn't have any words. And you let D provide the words, but there's even a message in your music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
and just to be clear too, like I know I'm the MC and the lyricist and everything, but like everything that I write and record for 80's Babies, it don't get put out unless Rel agrees on it too. So like every message that I move forward, you know what I'm saying, he's aboard with it too. And there's a lot of times too, especially on Unlearn too, where he came to me and said, write about this. So like a lot of that conscious talk too, it's not just one half of us, it's definitely both of us too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even better. Well, look, I've taken enough of you guys' precious time. I really appreciate you guys sitting down with me. But before you go, let everybody know where they can catch up with either one of you, or your social media, anything like that, and where they can get Unlearned.
First of all, man, thanks this was definitely a needed conversation, man. This didn't even feel like an interview, man. This was a needed conversation, man. So appreciate you, Kev.
Oh, always. You're always welcome, man.
Yeah, but definitely Unlearn is the new 80's Babies project. It's by far the best thing we've ever done as a collective. You can get it on all streaming platforms, 80's Babies Unlearn. If you want to support directly, go to the Bandcamp page, djackson80sbabies.bandcamp.com. Social media, djackson, DEE Jackson 82, Instagram, Twitter, Dominique D Jackson on Facebook and things like that. I need to get better on social media, but I will. Yeah, definitely support good music. We got a special collector's edition vinyl coming out of Unlearn real soon, so look out for that too.
And then as far as my stuff, it's Tall Black Guy Productions, pretty much for all of them. Twitter is Sir Tall Black Guy, and then Instagram is Tall Black Guy Productions, Facebook is Tall Black Guy Productions, everything is Tall Black Guy Productions.
All right, brothers.
Support Unlearn.
All right, brothers. Unlearn is the album. Please go to your music outlets online and pick it up. Tall Black Guy, D Jackson, some of my favorite guys in the industry. I appreciate you sitting down with me. This is Kevin Smith. This is Area 309.
Peace.